did not do last game and first pick the Ashe, which we've been wondering how it's going to get through. You also have to remember, we are going into game number 4. That means the second phase of bans is no longer available. You only have those 3 that we see on your screen right now and the games played before. It is a first pick Sejuani, which we had seen on the ban table for multiple games.
You can just see, once you get into this game 4 territory, especially for a Fearless, me too, dog, you get, like, so many champions that are just no longer available. That guy is knocked out. Like,
that's incredible.
That guy was out, man. I thought maybe he would wake up halfway through. Whatever. When you are on blue side, look at all the bans. These are not typically, like, bans you would see, like, even just from the beginning of the series. There's just Draven, Yone, and Renata. So we're getting, potentially now, an AP carry here for JackeyLove with the Ziggs.
I thought last game it was going to come out when we saw so many picks being taken away and banned away, but we finally get it. The JackeyLove Ziggs. He doesn't have a world skin on this one, unfortunately. Maybe coming soon. But it is going to be the Orianna answer right now for anyone's legend. So Shanks gets a comfort pick for him, and he's the one blinding this mid lane matchup.
All right, so what is the jungle pair here? I would imagine that you would probably want to be able to take this. Obviously, there are a couple of things that maybe Kael could go for in terms of support, but another champion that has been hitting the ban table a lot, I would be pretty surprised, especially for how early they're trying to pick up strong laners here for the side of AL.
Dude, please go tank Flandre, Jayce. Please, I want to see it. I want to know that lightning can strike twice. And I like the versatility. You also have a little bit more damage profile being given to Flandre.
Okay, we're just taking Tristana. So the 1v1 there, really strong. Obviously, we're talking about side laning yet again. This is another champion that throughout this entire year, the first half of the year was obviously dominated by marksman. Creme was an excellent Tristana player, and even with it gone, I think, or with it taken down in power, Creme can still do a lot here, especially if we are going to see more focus towards the grubs. And we need to see a strong matchup here for 369 on the back end.
He was like 16-0 or some ridiculous number on the Tristana. They finally lost. Yeah. But, I mean, he tore the LPL up on that pick. And a lot of the reason why Top Esports was finding their wins in that kind of AD mid matchup centered area. Now, I guess in the second phase, we are going to continue getting bans. Typically, you shouldn't have bans in the second phase, but they are going to be banning away some of the mid lane matchup, at least the Nico ban by Top Esports on that red side, and the Bard ban by AL.
All right, so we already have some adaptations to the rules. Guys, we'll be honest.
Change the rules on them.
All right, look, we already know. We did not read the rule book. Rule book is for nerds. We let the moderators in chat deal with the rule books.
That's what
we on the desk.
Full Fearless is supposed to be. That's all.
It's now full Fearless. It's now Mike's Hard Fearless. Thank you to Yanni for coming up with that one. It's now Mike's Hard Fearless.
Full Fearless Plus.
Extra Hard Edition. There we go. We got
edition.
Fearless Super Edition as Volibear. Interesting. So are they going for a tank matchup?
It was hovered earlier.
Like, we don't have the Orin available. You are maybe looking at... I'm trying to think of, like, what other top laners here. I mean, you could try the Mordekaiser, especially if it's going to be a tank. Aatrox, okay. Aatrox, I think, has a bit of a hard time walking into Ashe and Orianna, but can definitely punish their lack of mobility. Okay.
Okay. I appreciate it. I mean, it is a classic for 369.
Yeah.
So that you can find a little bit of pressure on as well in that side lane matchup, which is always something that we're looking at for a presence in this matchup or in this game, in this series. It is still anyone's legend, one game away from taking the grand finals here in Demacia Cup. And now it looks like we're getting a little bit more focus on the support. We're getting counter pick support for Crisp, by the way.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
What world have we gone to?
Give it to, like, if you're going to do it, fine. Crisp is a player who has been a bit more innovative. I think his range supports are particularly very dangerous. That's why things like the Renata are being taken away. And in terms of engaged supports, how many are there really available? Because there's no Rel, there's no Nautilus, there's no Rakan or the Leona. All of these are gone. The Alistar's been banned away. So you're going to have to really dig deep here. As Tabe, if we lock this in, the whole kitchen is on fire, brother. The whole kitchen is cooking.
Dirty. That's dirty, bro. I don't know how to feel how squishy this team is and how there's really no follow-up for Zach, but I'm here for it. And you get the Pyke on the other side for Chris. I mean, the man is counter picking R5 Pyke. That's incredible.
Sure, man. Sure. Okay. There we go. We're back. Yes. Oh no, he's awake.
He woke up.
He got hit with Zoe E. Oh, he was hit with Zoe E.
Oh,
but
he was gonna hide.
Up. There we go.
He was gonna hide. He's scared.
Okay. Well.
Well, I mean, it's kind of messed up to film somebody while they're asleep.
Well,
I'm sure
that's
he
what he gets for falling asleep in the middle. That's what he gets for falling asleep before Game 4 of a grand finals. Okay, you got to be woke the whole time.
It's Demacia Cup, bro. Sometimes these players are asleep. No, I'm just joking. They've been pretty on point.
Hey, the way we were treating Creme last game, that's how it felt. But
yeah, true.
It's okay.
True.
Last time, Creme, I believe you got this one.
It's going to be a little bit different as well. I feel like both the setups on either side is really interesting. Anyone's legend. I mean, there's a lot of eggs in the Tarzan basket, and trying to figure out how this kind of APC JackeyLove is going to look. There's a lot of questions going into this game and a lot of momentum riding on it. I mean, 2 games, we saw complete control from Anyone's Legend. Last game, a lot more scrappy, and it was Top Esports who were able to find that scrappiness into a victory.
And it came off of the back of huge carry performances from the top lane and bottom lane. And for AL, what I want to see is you do have a pretty strong setup. You have a double-ranged bottom lane coming in with an AShe and a Seraphine. Although, particularly, they are very squishy. So with a Ziggs and a Pyke, this 2v2 can become very, very dangerous. And typically, people don't really look at someone like Ziggs to have a very potent level 2. But that Satchel Bomb can be a very big disruptor, and suddenly you're in a bad spot.
How much do we want to say that Flandre is gonna be a tank build? Do we want to go all in on that?
He has grasp.
We are cooking. We are cooking. I do wonder though. I mean that it could be nice with the combos that they have, because that was my biggest worry, is that they were all super squishy with the composition that they drafted. So maybe being able to shore that up a little bit. But 369 with the confidence to grab this Aatrox, get him big weight on his shoulders, especially with the combo with Kanavi. I mean, he's the only one that has that kind of passive synergy with him.
And this is going to be a game for me where I'm looking at our 2 different AD carries and kind of different ways for Hope. It is going to be him being able to engage fights alongside Kael. Kael having a pretty strong spot as the Seraphine. He can heal up some of those frontliners and really give a lot of shields. It can be very disruptive. And for JackeyLove, his amount of range is going to be very, very instrumental as to whether or not he can poke out someone like Hope or a Shanks before a fight and get themselves to a good advantage. And this lane swap, it seems like we're just going to finally have a lane where the 2 bottom laners are fighting against each other. So 369 invest the TP immediately.
Okay, so we will not get normal lanes for any existence. Or is this just the new norm? I mean, that might just be it. Maybe we're just moving into a new generation.
Whoa,
a little bit
Crisp.
of play action going on. Oh, Crisp is actually getting in a little bit of trouble now. He's going to have to burn that flash. That was the immediate kill. He got kills, and we're watching it in slow-mo, but it's working out. They got first blood for Anyone's Legend, and it goes to Hope.
Ooh. Sorry to everybody at home. The delay is also happening to us here on the broadcast, so hopefully we can get this fixed as well. But that is just an insane kill, and that's not what I'm expecting from a 2v2. You literally have...
But as we get back to it, we're happening again. No way, Chris dies again. Hope gets the fadeaway shot, and JackeyLove, he's about to die to Kael.
What?
One more auto, and he got him. Seraphine singing sweet, sweet victory.
All right. Now, it's not the Chinese observer's fault, but I'm going to ask for a replay from them. I'm going to need them to go back and show that one. We're going to need that replay coming through quick, because what just happened? Tarzan has 2 kills. Kanavi and Creme have died. Like, the whole map is in disarray at this point, and Anyone's Legends, they kind of were just like, okay, game 3, water our far back, nothing happened. Blink and you miss it. Now we're back, and they have a huge lead again. The early game for this team has looked so good this series.
And now we actually see the fruits of their labor. I mean, now it feels like a game 1, game 2 situation again. And Tarzan with 2 kills on a Zac. I don't know if you've played against Zac in your solo queue games, but it is annoying as hell. And now he's going to get the combo to JackeyLove again, and he just can't get anything done in this lane. He'll be forced out again. He just used the TP. We're going to take a look at mid lane.
Oh, so they just try to make this play. It's level 2 here for Shanks. They get level 3. Oh my god, we had literally had so much time. We just get a cinematic, and he's in the turret range.
Oh my
oh,
god, no! That is absolute catastrophe.
Oh, and we get the back-to-back of what happened bottom lane. Okay, so Chris just walks up. I mean, he's trying to Halo Blades, but perfect spacing here by Hope, making big plays, and a huge hero for this team as going up against JackeyLove and Chris, we had our questions as to whether or not this AL bot lane could pair up, and despite what happened in that last game, for most of it, Hope and Kael were doing fantastic stuff in the game.
Dude, Hope sitting right there in that sweet spot away from the stun from Chris. That is calm under pressure. Is leading to this early advantage for this AShe pick, which honestly has been big presence in terms of the bans of this series. But you give one thing to either of these sides in this game, it is not jungle that you want to be giving things over to, because we've seen how much control these guys play for. Tarzan gonna be under vision now, but still has a very strong start on the Zac. So Kanavi needs to find proficiency in how he can approach these fights.
I think one problem that we've been seeing for TES, and as I might have to hold this, we haven't seen too much synergy coming in from the mid-jungle or the jungle support duo of TES. Shanks there was just waiting because they were about to walk into an Orianna shockwave with Tarzan coming on through. The fact that Tarzan showed so early does dissuade them for going for this, and means that the grubs early on are going to be going, at least some of them, in AL's favor.
Yeah, they should. I mean, they have complete presence over here. Kanavi is unfortunately on the bot side of the map. Chris will move up a little bit, maybe play a little bit of fun to AL, but Dragon is going to be the pings coming out from Kanavi and top esports. So the trade of objectives will be going on.
Remember, with them swapping over this bottom lane with the Ziggs from TES, they really wanted to try to see if they could get priority for an early Grubs. Ziggs with Grubs is so potent. You have it with his passive auto attacks, then with the W satchel charge. Makes it very easy for them to take down structures, get a lot of gold very early on, and destabilize the map. But AL, they put a lot of resources. They make sure they take control of mid. And with that, I mean, we were not really seeing too much out from the other lanes. I think Flandre has actually been playing this top lane matchup really, really well. This is one that's very, very volatile, especially as Jayce. As soon as you go into melee form versus Aatrox, you almost guaranteed lose. He has so much to be able to do, and you have to play very on the edge there. So I like what we're getting from Flandre on a pick that he's known for.
It's really nice to see him flexing in this series. And we got the Vladimir earlier. I mean, that's all epitome of fun right now. Shanks not going to be in a fun bounce. Oh, my God!
Oh, my God, Tarzan.
A 3-man shockwave straight into the bouncy castle from hell. Anyone's legend strike again.
He makes it just look cool, calm, and collected as Tarzan gets the team a 3 kill. They move into the bottom side jungle. There's a dragon that they can play for in 4 minutes, but I mean, it just looks so good here coming in from anyone's legend. And even prepping for a dive, I think maybe a little risky, especially with some people coming off of a reset. I think Hope, what you're going to be at best at is just getting yourself a turret plate and not much more. It's a very big mini wave, however, and Tarzan can be in the area.
I just don't think they could do any wrong. I mean, Tarzan's going to back and be on a first item already, I'm sure of it. And he just has so much going for him. You have so much presence around the map now. And Crisp and 369, I mean, they are in trouble. As Tarzan is looking, you have Kanavi coming over, but Tarzan's just going to start the fight off. That's a level 4 Crisp. He uses the ward to get him back, but the fight's going on to 369 now. Kael a bit overextended, so is Tarzan. He's getting stunned up. Hope's going to use the enchanted crystal arrow, and now you have JackeyLove coming over. Kanavi getting low. Hope trying to dash and fight his way. Shanks going to look for it too. He doesn't have the damage yet though. Shanks trying to get JackeyLove. Cannot in the end. We have flashes aplenty. No blood drawn.
Wow, such a close fight there, and maybe if Creme had a little bit more gold, maybe we could see them. So let's take a look what happened here in mid lane. This is just such a fantastic play coming out from Tarzan. I mean, look at this ultimate as well.
Oh my god.
This 2v2 is looking so good. We talked a lot about Tarzan, but I know, Lennon, before the show, we really wanted to focus a little bit on this mid matchup, and specifically Shanks has had such a great series so far individually.
I mean, he's showing up hugely in a lot of these games for anyone's legend. If anybody is going to show up on this team, you think it's Hope, you think it's Tarzan, maybe Flandre now that they're here. But Shanks has been a consistent powerhouse for this Anyone's Legend team, and it was a transfer with Hope from that Team WE roster that they were working on. And I think it's been an incredible growth from this guy over this time to continuously show that no matter what position they put him in, he can find success. And a lot of it comes off of control mage play as well. So it's really nice to see his growth in Demacia Cup, and I'm really hoping for a good 2025 for Shanks.
I think AL are kind of in that same boat, obviously. You know, he's on the team, but they really wanted to try to, you know, reward people like Shanks and Hope for their loyalty to the program and loyalty. So picking up Flandre and Tarzan and makes it too much easier to make internationals. And just solo killing JackeyLove like that? Dry?
No, not like this, bro.
Here's
not
Tarzan.
like this. Not like this, JackeyLove. Oh no, Creme TP'd into his doom. Got hit by the enchanted crystal arrow as well. He somehow buffered the buster. Okay, there he goes. He's still alive.
Wait a
now
minute,
369's in trouble. Creme actually makes a hell of a play there as 369's dying to Hope, and now Hope is just cooking him. He's got a frying pan in hand, and he's making sausage.
Hope had he maybe had Project AShe and on the phone there. He's like, look at this perfect challenger level AShe kiting. Tarzan's like, these are not free camps for you. There it is.
Oh, that feels so bad. Tarzan finds the angle there yet again, and Creme just didn't expect Tarzan to come over. And that's one of the biggest things that giving Tarzan, a guy like Tarzan who controls the jungle but thinks really heftily about the ways he can find interests in the fights, giving him a Zac that is this far ahead, it is just impossible to play into.
They're all playing at a really high level, I think, all together. Part of the reason why this AL team works so well is some of that innate synergy coming in from this bot side of the map with Shanks and Hope and Kael. It's fine. You know, Tarzan wasn't on the team last year, so, you know, him and Kael haven't worked on how to finish the scuttle together, and that's what 2025 is going to be all about. Crisp, the hook, it's okay. It almost landed. It was almost there, but yeah, I think once the rest of the team can kind of get all on the same page, especially for what we already have from the ceiling or the floor of this team, it'll be that very scary team that we've been talking about and been hyping up all of Demacia Cup now.
Yeah, my sleeper worlds team in 2025. And again, kind of back to previous conversations, when we've gotten to these kind of one-sided situations in this series, this should be taken with a massive grain of salt for Top Esports. A lot of growing room for this team, a lot of well-known, very strong players on this team. And I'm still excited to see kind of how these connections continue to grow, especially Kanavi and Creme, because we all know JackeyLove is good, and he's represented that well today.
We've seen all of these players hit really high highs, and I think the only player that doesn't really have the resume or the requisite amount of games really at international level is going to be someone like Creme. So hopefully with this roster, he can continue to grow. And nice job of canceling the buffer, but I don't know if it's going to turn into a kill. Now with Tarzan moving over, that's maybe an angle. Flandre's got to be careful, though. Sejuani's here.
He's trying to take the 1v1, but yeah, you have Kanavi right on the wings here. 369. Oh, he went for the hammer slam, had to burn his flash. Did end up having to
Pyke's on the way. JackeyLove throw the
ult.
And
okay, Mega Inferno Bomb misses. Flandre going. Oh my god!
Let's go.
That's Jayce from Arcane.
I'm kind of like Crisp. I think he could have just walked forward. You know, he doesn't have ult or he doesn't have flash, so walk up, ignite, ult him. It's gonna be a little bit of gold going over to Aatrox.
Dude, I'm just saying, Flandre's got aura in this entire tournament. Man has just been doing whatever he wants.
He's doing the tank Jayce game again.
Yep. You'll love to see it. They need it, though. They need it.
I mean, I don't think they need it. I think he can just do whatever he wants this game. He literally, for everybody who doesn't know, during the semifinals up against Weibo Gaming, Flandre did pick up a tank Jayce game, kind of took to social media, was having a little bit of fun, was asked in the post-interview what was going on, and it was he picks a lot of stuff from solo queue. He's obviously known for this in history's past, but he kind of was like, okay, well, this looks like a good spot for maybe tank Jayce, and he wanted to try it out on stage. And look, if there's any place to try stuff, scrims are nice. Stage is even better for what you want in terms of results.
Demacia Cup even better.
Yes.
Nah, it is really cool to get to see some fluctuation of kind of the top lane meta because of Flandre, though he's in a little bit of trouble now. Does get a little combo back and forth. He does not have his first item. Shojin's is completed by 369. Tarzan already starting the fight onto Kanavi. Uses the ward to get him back. The encore going a little bit there. Onto Kanavi. JackeyLove and Chris just couldn't do any damage there. And Hope comes away with yet another kill.
That's why I have so many problems with this Ziggs composition. You are really, really reliant on those damage dealers, and with Ziggs kind of not in a great spot and eventually going to be able to land damage, it just took too long for the side of TES to actually get a counter fight. So AL make out with another kill in their back pocket. Now they're going to move into this Herald play where they're going to be able to get a massive amount of gold. Remember, 5 grubs there for them, as Shanks and Tarzan are just sitting on this side of the map. Maybe they actually don't get this now, considering that I just realized where Tarzan is.
Hope is moving over, though. He might be in a little bit of trouble. Flandre stepping up. Now Creme going to have to use his rocket jump away. Got a hook from Crisp, though doesn't want to necessarily hook Hope because he'll just run him down. Shanks will eventually take that side lane turret, and that is a tier 2 turret taking 15 minutes into the game. Kanavi misses the drive-by there, right through the uprights, and now you got a TP play coming in from Shanks. You're looking to turn a fight. Creme wants the resets. Rocket jump's coming, and Crisp gets him. Creme goes for more, gets the rocket jump resets yet again, and Tarzan comes in way too little, way too late, and a bouncy castle to death here. Shanks stepping up, gets one. Shanks finally joining the fight. The man with a ton of potential here gets the flash out of 369, and anyone's legend. They come away only 2 people alive.
Still, good fight there for the side of TES. Creme getting multiple resets, Crisp as well, being able to find one of them with the death from below. It's as good as it's going to get right now with a 7,000 gold deficit here, as anyone's legends get a little bit too wonky. They don't have any of their ultimates. They expended summoner spells as well. So for this Herald, all in all, we saw that at the beginning of this, Herald came in, and then Tarzan and Shanks were on the bottom side of the map. They now made their way all the way up here, and I don't think this is their Herald to contest. It seems like TS doesn't really want to give up their position. They would have to move Crisp here, and JackeyLove would miss out on this mid-wave.
Looks like that will be the case, and although we have some late pings coming over here, a back will be completed by Shanks, and we'll go back into a replay of that one. AL, they fought this one tooth and nail. Kanavi almost started off with a bang.
I just don't think you can ever fight in here. Like, Flandre's almost out of mana. Hope can never get into this spot in a choke versus a Tristana and a Pyke and a Ziggs. So this is just a really strong fight spot for TES. We're getting a replay of this. It's a turret going down here. Creme's just forcing the issue.
Oh, he got hit by the enchanted crystal arrow, though, and unfortunately,
don't look.
Yeah, look away. Creme fans, look away. Shanks picks up the kill. And now back onto the rift goes anyone's legend. Still massively ahead. I'm going to look to blow that up a little bit more with a Rift Herald spawn in mid.
Hope is doing everything that I want from him as an AShe AD carry. Good cancel there from JackeyLove, but what I said at the beginning was with this AShe, he needs to find fights and find engagements at long ranges that maybe someone like Tarzan wouldn't be able to, and specifically also set up Tarzan and Shanks. Once one of these pieces of CC from either Hope or Kael has landed, it just makes the team fight so much easier. So great job from Hope so far in this game, and I want to continue seeing that level as he has been a strong front-runner MVP for this entire tournament when you look at AL's run in Demacia Cup.
And I also got to give a shout-out to his counterpart, JackeyLove. In that last fight, he was landing everything. That's the reason why that fight got so dicey for anyone's legend. But going to need to do a little bit more here as he has a troubling path ahead from him. It is Dragon up yet again, would be second Dragon for either one of these sides, but it's anyone's legend redeploying that way and looking to maybe start that fight.
So with this Dragon coming up, TES have a couple of options. They don't have TP for Creme, so I think a big focus for them is making sure that Creme can really push deep into a side lane. They don't seem like they have really kind of any frontal kind of engage. They don't have someone that can kind of tank all that up. It's really just Kanavi by himself. We haven't seen 369 really participate in too many of these team fights, and Crisp so far has not had the best game of Pyke. So TES are finding it very difficult to start fights, and I think the only way they're going to be able to get out of that is build a gold deficit through side laning. And that is really difficult, but you have Ziggs, so it's kind of a cheat code, right?
True. Oh, Kael. Kael, no! Well, he goes for a little bit of a warning
Caster
adventure
curse,
and
let's
dies to
go! I love it here. I say that Chris isn't having a great game, and Kael just, walks in a fog of war, gets caught by Pyke.
Chris, where are you at?
Yeah, he's face checking. He
Dragon's
now
up,
knows
though.
where Chris is. Oh.
He does indeed. And knows where he'll be for the next 8 seconds or so. Dragon, I thought was on the table to start up immediately by top esports, but they're feeling a little hesitant now. Flandre still does decent damage, even though he's building tank. Gonna need to match up against 369 though, as AL just move over and try to weed out top esports from the Dragon pit.
Well, now they've just given time for Kael to get back here. They'll have ultimates. It seems like Pyke is trying to fish, but some deep vision coming in from the side of anyone's Legends makes it very difficult for Pyke to try to find this. Oh, he's just trying to go for the steal. Cheeky bit of play coming in from Tarzan.
Now they might actually just turn right back to the Dragon.
Yep.
As the rest of top esports moving out of this side of the map. We have Baron coming up about 10 seconds, but that is not going to be on the table at all. And this will be second Dragon for anyone's Legend. So continuing to control a lot of the map tempo and be the leading force in this game in a pivotal one in the grand finals of Demacia Cup 2024.
Speaking of Baron, TES do have a particularly fast Baron. They have Tristana here for the DPS. You also have Ziggs with, especially the Leandries can be very easy to try to take this. Sejuani E is also notoriously very good for max HP. So TES, if they feel like they have an angle for it, I think I actually would be really down to see them go for a snap Baron to see if, hey, if there's multiple members committing on bot side, at the very least, let's try to see if we can get like a TP or something there. That would be, I think, one way of being able to sort this is, wow, we really went far back for this one.
He got
also
hit
used so
by
much,
the
it's
strike.
3 ults.
That was a lot. That was a lot. Oh, Tarzan has the flank. Flandre setting him up for success. Enchanted Crystal
Ashe
Arrow
ultimate.
goes a little bit wide, though Tarzan still does so much. These are the two tanks, by the way. JackeyLove just died to them. And that's the world of being an AD carry or an AP carry here in 2024, 2025. 369 getting run down now. Kael right behind Tarzan to help get those slows, help get those kills. And 369, he is rolling threes right now. Tarzan gets himself another one. And the blob grows.
Great job coming in from Tarzan. I thought this was a tank champion. This Zac champion is looking mad OP right now. I don't know what to say, man. He's making engages. He's outplaying his opponents. If this was old Zac with the big kidnap ultimate, hey, what is this caster curse, man? I'm just big up in Tarzan and we can't even finish the Gromp. My bad.
He's back. He's gonna take it. It's vengeance.
Well, now I feel like I gotta be hesitant with some of these these compliments because they just keep backfiring.
Dude, can we talk about Tarzan though for just like a couple of minutes? Like that we have talked about him a lot because he's been just absolute performing. But how does this guy just keep doing it? He's the mercenary for hire. He carried LNG in a lot of their conditions to get to those internationals. You look last year, or this last year rather, he literally was not playing in spring, comes into Weibo, takes them to Worlds, is a major factor for them, and now he goes over to anyone's Legend, says, I could do it on any team, bring it.
And it's so funny when you look at that Worlds run in 2023 because it was like, okay, him and Scout did not have the best time versus T1. Shanks is just going to get a dry solo kill versus 369, gets the teleport out from them. We're getting a full team fight here, I think.
Shanks! He played a little overzealous there, but he gets all the support and it doesn't matter. Shanks is the primary target. He finally falls as now AL feel a little bit less hesitant or a little hesitant. Kael gets
what is this tank Jayce, man?
I don't understand, man. He does not die, and he does damage. It's wild.
Man, my dry solo kill turned into very many people in that lane. I was like, okay, maybe he could have just found the one-shots, but tough spot there for Shanks. Dies, also loses the flash, so a pretty big loss as well. You look at some of the other summoner spells from his team that were forced out during that play. TES able to still punish on the side lane. They're down 5,000 gold, and that has kind of been the tail of the tape when it comes to this game, where AL find early advantages. They seem like they're winning. TES kind of make it scrappy, but have been a little all over the place when it comes to their consistency. And in this replay, I mean, yeah, Shanks is just way too far up right here.
He tried to predict it. just a little unfortunate.
Ah, man. It's tough, too, because he buys so much time, right? Like, he's able to space. He's also uses the Zonias, so he gets out of that. It looked slightly playable, but the damage profile from AL is really, really slow. You're looking for a shockwave to really find multiple members, and eventually hope we'll find kills, but you have 2 tanks topside. It's a Seraphine support. It takes way too long.
Yeah, and you're working on 3 items now for both Hope and Shanks, and honestly, the tanks who do damage, Tarzan and Flandre, on the Zac and the Jayce particularly. Tarzan just goes in for the fight. He actually got that smite, too. And now JackeyLove looking for the side angle. Kanavi dodging out of that Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Shock Blast goes a little bit wide there from Flandre. AL do not want to take any more part of this fight, but Dragon is spawning in about 45 seconds. Top Esports want to press the Mento as Crisp actually gets hung on there by Tarzan, but not going to actually find it. The hook goes through. Kael almost gets sighted by Kanavi. Shanks
nice
looking
job, Tarzan.
for...
Oh my god, Kanavi.
I mean,
nice
he's looking for the shockwave combo on Tarzan here, trying to get that big one off. Crisp looking for the stops of the backs as they know that the reset wants to come through.
All of this time, 369 is applying pressure onto the bottom side of the map, just making sure they can stay in fog. Does he need to TP for this play? Making sure that he's looking on the map. Great play from him. And anyway, we've got Dragon spawning in 10 seconds. I imagine this is going to be AL's, but they're not really motioning to move towards that position. Shanks still has to catch the top wave. And it seems like anyone's Legends are more focused on getting vision for this top side, seeing if maybe they can try to pretend to Baron or really try to find picks with that shockwave combo that you had mentioned earlier.
They really want 3rd item for Hope, but it is not going to come in time for this fight. Not necessarily a fight they need to take. Maybe they look to just force a Baron play for it, but it is Top Esports front and center and starting up the Dragon.
Okay. Flandre now in position. 369 will be coming through their own tri-brush here.
Here
Shanks
we
in
go.
A bit far.
Oh,
all right.
caught Creme. Tarzan in the pit. Tarzan forcing Kanavi back in, and it's Tarzan over everything as they find the fight. He's going back in for more. The man is ruthless, and you better have watched Flubber if you want to take down Tarzan. Hope finds the angle on the other side, but they can't find the follow-up. They take the kill. They take the Dragon. And AL are steaming away with this one.
This Zac is just way too strong at this point. He walks up, deals damage. He's able to tank so much as well with the Sunfire and Unending Despair here. I'm not going to lie, I saw Tarzan do the stretching strikes onto Kanavi, and I'm like, I don't know if you want to do that. Because you look at this Dragon, right? It has full stacks of Permafrost. You're bringing Kanavi back into range of Smite. This is so close. 961 is some of the lowest one.
Mental
Such
damage,
a close
you
fight.
know?
Yeah, I guess so. And on the back end of that fight, we didn't get to see too much of it because we were so focused on Tarzan. Hope and the squad blow up Crisp. No damage able to be done here. And while I do want to say this fight, these games are slowly starting to go in favor of AL. I do think that Creme is getting into a spot as a Tristana. He has 3 items now. Very realistic that we can see him and JackeyLove carry a big team fight, but we need to see the other supporting members, 369 and Crisp, really get engaged in this game.
Yeah, the problem is Tarzan can literally just jump on them at a moment's breath. And so Top Esports really need to play the peel game. Creme, though, getting caught out here by Tarzan himself. Glacial Prison goes wide. Top Esports are heading for the hills. And now AL have full presence around the Baron. Do they just want to start this?
Man, flash from Creme is big, but thankfully still have the rocket jump that's still available to you. Creme can also still TP for this play. We're not seeing much side laning out from TES as they're getting really focused on these objectives. Starting up this Dragon, the damage is going to be low, but it's still going to be very consistent as Crisp trying to find a flank with this Pyke.
JackeyLove needs to get over here. He has Mega Inferno Bomb. He can do a lot of damage in there. Kanavi, one of the best to ever do it for the LPL. Maybe he can get in there and get a steal. The TP's coming in from behind. 369 is the world ender, ready to go. He got the big shockwave combo that goes wide. And 369 found the combo. And damn, he fine. Oh, it's gone to Kael. And now Top Esports, they need to get a recentering of this fight because 369 is too far overblown. He gets one onto Kael now, but now he will fall to Shanks. And Tarzan has still been alive this whole time. Fly Flandre is still full health on this tank
Creme can win
Jayce.
this.
And look at him just run down JackeyLove. Shanks finds the big one with the command attack, and Top Esports just cannot run away from the death ball that is anyone's legend.
Oh my god, Tarzan goes in, even with a missed Orianna ult. It doesn't matter to anyone's legends. They make a good team fight happen regardless, and they win out big on the squad. Multiple death timers, a lot of them longer than 30. Are we going to see the end of Demacia Cup here?
Hope wants it. Hope wants that grand finals. Hope wants that Demacia Cup victory, and AL want it as badly as he does. The team that wins Demacia Cup typically goes on to have a good season, and anyone's legend are looking like a title contender here already together. And my goodness, did it look clean. Anyone's legend will be your Demacia Cup 2024 champions.
Beautiful tournament run coming in front of them. A squad that we saw come in from the group stage. We had a couple of questions as to whether or not they were going to be able to perform, and they made a 3-0 run in their group. They make a really convincing run through all of their playoff bracket. I mean, congratulations to them. I think that we got to see so many great members. Hope with another potential team here to go to an international. Tarzan being on form. Flandre with his performances. Every single one of these members, I think, has had a player of the game moment in any of their series so far.
There's somebody stand in the middle.
Shanks, pick it up, man.
Come on, bro. Oh my goodness. This is the duo, though, that I'm so excited to see going into 2025. Shanks plus Tarzan. Shanks maybe not a big no-name, but he is a guy that has consistently been in that average to the top of the average pack, and finally having, you know, some consistent support around him with Tarzan being one of the best junglers currently in the LPL. I think this combo can go very, very far. Especially
for when we're talking about, you know, the experience that comes with this roster for playing in the LPL for so long, and for some of them being able to make internationals. One last note on TS, I'm sure the desk will also talk about it, but you know, unfortunate to see their run ended here. It was one where it looked particularly dominant coming in from AL,